What's up? Wild Trader here. Today I'm going to review the charts. I had three things I wanted to focus on that I'm carrying over from yesterday. That's look at the pre-market a little bit better. Um, Wait until first presented, and no trading in pre-market. We have 5 minutes to go, and then try to stick to about three trades. Okay, we are right where we were yesterday morning, so hopefully second verse is not same as the first in this particular case. So yesterday I was anticipating that we would go up to about here and then plummet down. We went to what I believe is a 4 hour, which makes a lot more sense. If we look at the 4 hour, we can see we came in here and then came down, dug into this, came down. So I'd see us either come back in here or finally go to where I want to see price go to by the end of the week, which is today. Today is the end of the week. So we're watching that. If we look at this, my projection was kind of a market maker sell model, and I think it's still in line with that. I just didn't count on this. I was trying to be cheap and go here. This does make a lot of sense in retrospect. And get move this down here. I want to be clear so when I see it, I know where it's at. Looks like this midnight open line's almost dead center. Alright, we have our current midnight open. We are touching the previous one. I expect us to come up here and touch that. So yesterday was the 4th, and this is the 4th. We just tagged. Now this is going to act as support or resistance. 730 is coming. It's above it. It might act as support here. So I sort of have a game plan. It's watch this. Maybe expect it to come up here. Same play as yesterday, and then go through here. Just like yesterday, I'd prefer just keep tanking down because I think that's where the stronger draw is. That being said, I have basic level set. I know what my plan is. I have not taken a pre-market trade, and when it hits 7:30, I will have one of my checklists ready to go. All right. Today I will trade the first presented. In some ways, it's first presented is similar to the opening range breakout trade. It's a little different. It's a more precision. I'm not going to go into it, but that's the short version. The 730. 730 candle does look bearish so far. All right, now we have a 731 candle. We are pushing forward and we're waiting to see first presented. I'm doing my best to keep my eye on these candles and just see what first present is going to do. What I'm looking for is a decisive sort of displacement candle that gives me some kind of framework to base a trade off of. Now I do have this liquidity here and this here, so that's 68. This liquidity looks pretty obvious to me. I have a lot of stuff I gotta clean up. Right here. But I do want to wait. We are in this range here. We are still working this area. I'm gonna look at the 15-second for any clues. We do have a slight 15-second down here. And that's a 727. I'm not going to use that as a framework. That's not really for me. But hypothetically, we could say we're going to look at that. Since first presented of yesterday looked like it's working as resistance, I sort of want to take it short. I don't have my framework, so I'm not going to do it, but this really does look like it's doing a thing. I think first presented is going to go right over New York Midnight Open, the previous one again, come all the way down here, and then Monday we come up here. So I think this is our Monday target. I haven't been doing well. Let's go look at that real quick. I really like my Friday to not bomb. It's been pretty bad. So I was doing really well, and then someone decided to turn on the camera. And you know what happened? I got humbled pretty quick because I'm too busy trying to focus on what I probably look like as opposed to paying attention to a trade. I think I'm afraid to be wrong on camera, and that's really getting me. So, since the morning is open, I have said I think it might come up here to take this and then go down, and I said it might go down. I need to pick a direction and a hypothesis and really stick to it. This is where I want to see my first presented. I don't know if this counts. I'm going to wait till this candle closes. I want to close a little outside the range. I didn't look at our pre-market low. We have this level right here we took. I think we're going to keep going here. Okay. We're just going to go look for the sell side as an opportunity. Now keep in mind, I've not been doing well this week, so I expect the same. Hi, kitty cat. I have a kitty cat that's meowing. She gets near me, I'm going to snag her. And I'm going to throw her on the camera. She's not coming near me because she heard me say that. She doesn't want to hang out on camera. She doesn't really like trading. I've tried to teach her. She refuses to learn. I say, hey, just take a couple minutes, look at the charts. I'm trying to offer you an opportunity to learn something and make money. Know what she says to me? She looks away and she goes, meow. What can you do? You can't teach them. These kitty kids these days. You cat parents know what I'm talking about. It's tough being a stay-at-home cat dad. It really is. Alright. We're going to move this down here. We're at 18 time. In Mountain Standard Time, it's 7:40. I am in Wyoming. I know I'm supposed to use New York time, but my brain, I've got like 4 brain cells. I only have 4 brain cells. And one of them can't do time because the other ones are working hard on making myself look bad on camera. Here we go. Here we go, buddy. Here we go. So we've come down here. What have we done so far? Let's look. We put in some structure here. This did take out some of this minor buy side here, which, I mean, really didn't feel like enough. This looks super obvious to me, and I don't know why we didn't take that. But maybe that's for Monday, where we shoot up and grab that. You know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and add, I think. Bam! My risk is currently 45, so I need to drop that to about 30. my risk per trade should be 30, and so that's why I did that. We might come up here and then back down. If so, we may come as high as this zone. I'm hoping not to regret this. I'm going to look at the microstructures as we trade this. I'm going to have a sip of coffee, take my deep breath, and relax a little. Get my hand off the mouse. That's a huge problem. Here's a previous New York Midnight Open. We're going down. I'm going to go ahead and move this here. My target is here. We're putting in a fair value gap here. I won't keep this on, but I'm just pointing out what I'm seeing. I'm going to pull one off. Oh, I accidentally closed the trade. Damn it. My target was down here. Come on. I went for one, and my subconscious was like, no, you're taking the money. And that kind of frustrates me a lot. Historically, I would try jumping back into the trade, and I would take a deep breath. Oof. I don't need this line here. I would clean up my chart while I breathe. This was my target. This was my low-hanging fruit target, and this was the weekly target that I expected, my primary objective. I wanted to see it just cut through here, like forcefully. All of this stuff, I think it was going to disrupt all these stops here. But first, we gotta take this. Came up here. So yesterday, we came up. We had a market maker buy model, took that out. Larger fractal, took that out. Dug into a 4-hour gap. And then upon the 4-hour gap, we started reversing, which is also a midnight open and was a previous week high. Tagged that, came down here, started making some structure, some accumulation, a little manipulation, and now we're having distribution. Okay, we are at 744. We are at our destination. We're looking to see what happens here for microstructure. I'm on 5-second. We haven't taken it. It's also 7:45, so that wouldn't be a trade for me for any reason. Again, I did expect major displacement through this, so if we come here, pop up here, I may try to take a short there. That gives me a potential re-entry, sort of like in this zone. Now, I won't be going large because I have $80, and I want to make sure that I might just keep going. This is where my emotions get pretty crazy, because I want that extra big displacement move, and I'm right at a place that I do not need to be chasing it, but I want to chase it. So I need a good entry. Right now, we're seeing all these wicks, and that feels like something that's valid. Let's come up here just a little bit. So when you go to your target, $16 might be taken out. Nope. Go away. Go away. Go away. I get wicked out a lot here by trying to chase the price. I just missed it. They put in this beautiful fair value gap. Trying to get on its return here. Again, we're going to move up. It's 7:48 Mountain Standard Time. I'm looking for 7:50, so this is sort of an early entry. I was just assuming that we would reach this destination by 7:50. That gives us 2 minutes to reach this destination, which right now doesn't seem probable, but I was looking at that. And then for a bounce up, probably. Like a legit bounce up. We're watching the chart. We're just taking it easy. Take a deep breath. Enjoy my coffee. See how it goes. If I believe in it, I should add here. And I'll be honest, I don't completely believe in it. I'm hoping that this comes up here, this comes, and then bleh. And I was expecting that to be very intense in 1 minute. Like straight down, almost. I'll be back. Getting coffee? I'm back. Wicked me out. Look at our microstructures right here. However, we didn't reach our destination. I want this to act as resistance. Get down here. Get down here. Get down there, little buddy. It didn't. Go. Alright. I swear I'm not desperate. I'm just fucking around. But I do want it to come down here. I think this is still more than realistic. Let's look at the 15 minutes. But look at that wick. We're probably coming up here. My stop, I think, was about 2 ticks too high. Came up here. This is my current target. Question is, do I believe in this so much that I consider that a bad entry? Or is it proving me wrong at 750? Because it's easy to get wicked out here. I can do a lot of damage to my account right here, trying to chase this this bit. So this is our area. That is that's where our algo is. This is where we're buying. Right now we're buying in between this and any second it's gonna fly up or crash down. This looks more like a bear flag type of formation to me. Yeah, we all know bear flags. Let's not act like we don't know bear flags. It looks like a bear flag formation. I would almost guess that we even come up here, that looks like a good spot to take, and then come down, which would mean we wouldn't do it at least till 8 o'clock. Got the 15. Got this huge fair value gap on the 15. We're going to mark that as an M15 just because I think that will come back into play later. That gives us about this guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to draw a more obvious target. I'm just going to take this one. We are under my area. I'm going to go ahead and take this again. I may regret it because my short could be this right here. Where's my target go? Where'd my target go? No target? Huh. Did I take target off? This is what I want. So I might as well just move that up here. Right now, I was at almost $80 and I'm chasing 60 and I'm down to 40. So I'm like, I hurt myself. I'm potentially hurting myself. Again, $30. That will get me down to 10 just to make this. This isn't really a good risk to reward trade, and I kind of disappointed myself for allowing myself to just get chopped up because that's not very cool. But it happens. It happens. That's trading. That's real life. You know, real life learning traders, we're not going to get it all the time. We're going to make a trade. We're going to do it. And listen, I'm going to be life learning. I'm not great at this stuff. But I also don't believe you need to be great at it. I think you just need to be stubborn and a tightwad. I think those are things. And introspective. Allow me to think about me. We're getting close. We're getting close. I'm gonna move this stop because it's not a great trade anyway. Take my what do you call it? Commissions out of there. Now, will we return at 727? Will we come all the way down to our previous week low? Let's see. There we go. This is what I was expecting over here, to be honest. It makes sense why it didn't, but that's what I was expecting. Now, while I tick myself out, I might. If I get ticked out here, I'm going to lock it out just because I don't want to get myself in frustration mode. Any veteran trader will know that I made the right move by locking myself out if I get ticked out. We just put in a time. What am I on? 1 minute? What am I on? 1 minute? What's going on? That's old man voice, just so we're clear. Alright, we still didn't come up here yet. We put in this, came up, a little structure. I like continuation, but I may expect it to come up here and then go down. So I'm not going to be too cheap because the moment I get that cheap is the moment it ticks me out, and we're right there. Let's see, 35 or it's 41. This is, I guess, this is where I think it could come up to. Now we're going to go to our weekly. And we're going to wonder, what if we come all the way down here, right? That'd be pretty nice. A complete gap fill. This is the target. This is the low-hanging fruit target that I have right now. I'm at 40 bucks plus 20. So am I gonna risk whatever this is? We'll say 70. So almost 30 bucks to try to fill this gap. I kind of want to. I think it definitely better be my last trade if I do this. It certainly better be my last trade if I'm trying to get fancy. Let's go back to 1 minute. We've got this right here though. So this is still where our stop would, I think, make sense. We're just gonna call it here. I want to watch this for just a second, then I'm gonna call it. It wasn't the greatest trading day. Let's do a recap on our 1 minute with our first presented at 6:30. We put in this pre-market high that I really thought looked like we want to tag this early on. We didn't do that. So 7:30 came, or 7:30. We took out low. We took out this little high, everything that was set after this zone. We accumulated. We sort of accumulated, came down, came up, and then dropped. That's a shout out to all the Gen Xers and whatever generation I am. I'm not Gen X, but I'm that weird gap generation. That now that looks pretty tasty at 8:02, right? That looks like the best displacement, obvious thing I've seen so far. But still, we came up, we came down, we started going, we dug into this area, we dropped down, dug here, dropped down, came up. Notice that about 750 was this. Then we came down, bear flag, and then we popped up at 8:02. I don't know why that happened. Came up, and now we're probably heading back down. I'm not chasing it here. I did say I was going to lock myself out. I'm locking myself out all day because I don't have time to come back to the charts. Not a great day for management because that should have been a little more money, and then I should have just held here. Think about how I could have done this better. This is our first presented, like our true first presented on the 1 minute. Did I even mark that properly? I didn't mark that properly. So that sort of irks me. I think that's a good target. I really hope we don't take that today, and I hope we just sell off, come down here, clean up all this area, retrace maybe up here. Maybe, oh, it'd be cool. We come down here. There's probably a structure somewhere here. Oop. Let me go to the 15. I'll draw this out, what I want to see. Yeah, look at that. I think that's a... But we still do have that hypothesis that we're in a 4-hour market maker buy model, or sell model. Which would lend credence 7407. That's right around. Oof. Glitch much. This area is really my other target, so I'm gonna mark this out. I want to make it bright, big orange, because when I come in Monday, I want it to be obvious that I did this work. I'll say low target. So what I would expect, I'm not drawing this because it's too crazy. Come up here, come down, go into this zone, chop down here. This center, that's I really like this. Let's talk about what I did right and what I did wrong. What I did right, I stuck to my plan. I didn't trade pre-market. Um, Building off the previous day, I made sure I had a bias and narrative. And then, let's see, I tried to keep my trades down to a minimum, about 3 trades, give or take. It's in that area. It's still restricted. That's the main goal. I didn't overtrade. I purposely fought my instincts to get chopped up and not overtrade. I also took money when I needed to instead of allow myself to get caught up in the weeds too much. Let's see, what else? I can't read my own handwriting. I think it says relay, don't free will. Free willy? I don't. Oh, relax. Don't force will. Oh my god. That was terrible. Okay. Relax. Today my goal was to relax and just go with the flow and have fun. I think I did that pretty well. I didn't force my will on any trades. There was one trade where I really wanted that short and I got wicked out, and I think that was a little more than I like. So I won't give myself an A on that, but I'll give myself a C plus because I did take my time after that and work on it. Overall, I think I did all right. It's not good enough because I could have had more, and right now I really need to capitalize on those larger moves to make up for those losses. Now it's one trade at a time, and think about the rear view, but I need to execute properly. If I follow a process where I'm executing properly, that'll take care of the rear view. But it's still there in my mind. I'm still thinking about the rear view. I purge it. I wasn't obsessing about that while I was trading, which is good. But it says execute the trade properly, because if I'm not executing my trades properly, I'm not going to be able to stay afloat. And that's the goal. So if I'm losing, as long as I stick to the process, I'll start to rise above. Lose, rise above. Because as I'm learning, as long as I'm watching that risk management and that proper psychology, I got this. And I promise you, I got this, because I am going to get crazy. But let's talk about my homework for next week. This is tough, because what I want to say my homework is contradicts what I'm doing, and that is to have a better stop loss. At least more wiggle room in my stop. So that's not going to happen. But what can I do? What will I do? Really get more precision on the first presented fair value gap, and that stop could have been good, and then hold that with confidence to my target. I had a weekly target. It hit the weekly target. The only thing that separated me from getting that maximum amount was my confidence in the middle. So find my target. It can be a low-hanging fruit target. It doesn't have to be the big target, but have confidence in the target. So that's going to be what I'm journaling about today, and my reminder for Monday. Peace, y'all.